blast and threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulchre, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send him home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line initially twice.
That's pretty good.
Hello. I am Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcade and PAX. I am also a Minifist Hereward-drawn CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today, I'm your internet friend, Jerford K. Horcrims. And I'm here to run a game of Dungeons & Dragons for my friends. To my right, Dragonborn Narcissist Anar Blitzen.
Yeah.
Baby boy. What? The sweet baby boy.
He's here.
This guy.
Come on.
What?
This is great.
Stop. Come on.
To the right of my right, repping the natural world, Walnut on Graskakra.
Oh.
Baby nut.
Wow.
Oh,
Baby nut.
This is
2 for
amazing.
2.
Could it get any better than
I
this?
got a lot of red light today. Look at all of it.
Yeah, it's this. It's, we have a red light beam that's making it. It's putting an
Yeah,
infernal
ultralight.
vibe.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go dark one.
I'm with it
today,
though.
for sure.
It's gonna be a tremendous animation. To my left, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Beast.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, friction.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Anticlimactic.
To the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud, Cthulhu.
No, wow.
Who's this now?
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, I see you in the back. No, there you go.
There he is.
All right,
Now we can start.
No one behind.
It's true. It's true. Now, when last we saw our heroes, you may recall that after discovering the entrance to a subterranean crypt, beneath the statue of a malevolent, imperious, dickish, frankly, blue dragon, having traveled through the gullet of this crypt, our heroes did discover a massive hoard, frankly speaking. But it's like a hoard, but they got to the hoard too late.
Right.
Imagine like the nacho tray when it arrives, and then imagine the nacho tray 10 minutes later.
Oh, God.
Right? That's the
Nothing
scenario.
good.
All
No.
congealed.
You have a You have a 10 minutes later nacho tray. But imagine that the nachos are gold. Does that improve it, Al?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
It's not the best
Nachos
gold.
normally gold.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But that's the situation.
I love a cold nacho.
Oh, and I neglected to mention one thing.
Yeah.
The gigantic blue dragon,
Minor detail.
minor detail, in the center of this hoard, in some sort of state, not really responding to the fact that a massive volume of the hoard had very recently been drawn directly out the side of the hoard, exposed to the open air because of the floating city situation, which we have described in previous episodes.
Yeah, I'm just glad that we had a long rest because it took so long for the gold to start filing out, so we have our spells back and
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember
full
that.
heals and the whole
Spells
bit.
back,
Oh, yeah.
That's in the
full
notes.
We go
heals.
up a level, right?
Yeah.
Great news.
Full, yeah, exactly.
All my key points are back.
Yeah, dental. So if there's
Wow.
any issues you
401k?
have with any of your weird,
Match contributions?
yeah, any of your weird teeth. Well,
6%.
When you're
I was
vested.
gonna say, yeah. I mean, let's not get fucking crazy. But yeah, it's matched, but it's not like fucking. Here's a bunch
Matched
extra.
100% up to 6%.
Yeah,
Can
Thank you.
Don't go
we
crazy.
yeah.
react, or should we do initiative to react, or whatever? 'Cause
no,
I want to do something.
Well, this is what I want as well.
The net has prepared.
I was gonna say doing things. Is this what you're doing at your computer earlier this afternoon? Were you
No, I
going-
was working.
Were you by any chance, trawling through pages on D&D Beyond?
Yes, but also
Couldn't be easier.
whoever Chris and Ryan are, not people at this table. Because who are they?
Who are they?
But
Yeah.
we were talking in the car about what we should do also. So
Oh, really?
there's been a lot of strategizing.
Well, thanks for filling me in on the plan, y'all.
My fantasy.
You got to get here earlier and get lunch with us.
My fantasy scenario is to
the C team.
well, sure, is to construct is to create a context in which people's enthusiasm for the C team is so vast and so crystalline that we could release safely and effectively a shirt that said "Who's Amy?" Like to my mind, that's how we know we've succeeded.
I would wear it every
Who
day.
is Amy?
This is
I
what
don't
I
even
mean.
know.
I'm not saying that I
Fuck
know.
is Amy?
I wish I knew.
I'm saying that I'm just saying that I'm into that. Like that's the end goal for me. That's the win condition, is to be able to.
Hey, can we play some D&D?
Yes, of course.
Who's Amy?
Who's Amy? Let's play some D&D.
You may
No,
absolutely.
I really don't want. I'd rather talk about shirts.
Too bad.
You think about the upside on this merch. So yes, absolutely, walnut dawn grass.
That's me.
You can see even in just in the hot winds that are reaching into this chamber and drawing out the wealth of nations. And before you, there is this heap of scaled, ancient, draconic flesh that is itself beginning to slide out.
I see this, and I see what's happening. And Dinar let us know that it was somewhat good, right? We know that it's some good.
So,
I felt good.
So his sense. So when he outside the crypt, this is just for our friends at home in the Shadow Council. Of course, their records are, absolutely factual and replete with great information. I'll make sure they know what's going on. So, outside the crypt, Brahma / penitents
Yes.
or penitent could hear quite clearly what was happening in the crypt.
Right.
Could hear mingled voices that she assumed were her fellows, and that's why we came down to get it.
Right.
Divine sense at the opening of the crypt was not effective for Dinar, but the closer you got to this dragon, it became clear,
I see.
and the voices became nonsensical.
Okay. Then I want to try using, if you'll permit me,
Let's see.
plant growth,
Plant growth.
which channels vitality into the plants within a specific area. So I was thinking the roots in the dirt underneath come creeping up through the stone and entangle into this creature, and if not stopping it, at least slowing it from in its trajectory.
I love this. Now let's try to figure out exactly what sort of plant material. So this ancient city has been drawn straight up from beneath. I mean, in the deep parts of this desert, of course, there is moisture and plants that would work. Help me understand what's growing up over this draconic mass.
I mean, I'm just thinking like the type
Thinking out loud here.
thinking out loud. I'm about to spend $1 million on it, right? Nothing? Ryan didn't even have me on that? I give up.
Like cactus? Like a cactus growth?
Saguaro?
Moss.
Yeah, so, I mean, a bunch of moss wouldn't really help.
But like a lot of moss.
Like so much
I'm not
moss.
just saying like some moss. I'm
Yeah, I
saying
make a pillow for his last moments in life.
a dragon's worth of moss.
Give him a bouquet.
I'm thinking, like, they have to be desert plants. So I'm thinking like those little brambly things, and yeah, maybe a cactus or two. So we just really piss them off.
Spiky.
I like it. So
Maybe not the spiky one.
It's got the
So essentially,
plates.
up through.
Fine.
I mean, the plan for this subterranean chamber was definitely that it be sufficiently regal to contain Blue Dragon's entire ego,
I don't want to mess it up.
in addition to its body. So it's worked stone in concentric circular patterns going out, but more bricky, more segmented around. And then up through the fingers of black roots begin to reach up and search and seek for the blue dragon, and then as they reach up and their fingers sort of meet over its bulk, a shock of cornflower blue buds leap up the full length of them, and it's heavy, and you can audibly hear it stretching against these roots. But you appear to have, I was going to say another word that has another implication, but you have slowed the process down.
So I have a question about Walnut's intent here, just from my edification. Is
Yes.
she? So the way that this room is rising from the ground, it's tilted, and the treasure's falling out. Was Walnut trying to trap the dragon to keep it from attacking us, or to save it from falling out of the room?
Oh, well, my Walnut's thought was if it fall out, it wake up. And if it wake up, it'd see all its treasure gone.
It fly.
It flies.
It fly.
It mad.
It breathe fire.
It bite.
It bite.
Well, not fire.
Not fire, sorry. What are they?
Water.
Ice?
Ice.
The blue fire. Blue flame.
Who knows?
Who can say?
Could be anything.
It's ice. D&D.
Blue flame is just water.
That's what they say, yeah.
I wish it were ice.
What is it?
We'll find out.
Fucking,
Icy hot.
Well, why will we find out?
Icy hot.
How will we find out?
we'll never find out. We're not
It's
going to
icy.
Icy dull.
You know that blue stuff
Yeah.
inside ice packs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the gel.
Yeah, it just hawks
good.
gel up.
Yeah.
All right, let's play this game.
In big
All right.
piles.
So Walnut has entrapped the dragon. Does the dragon stir?
You can hear almost like a snort from the
But
no, from the nose region,
Again.
Okay. But it's still asleep.
like a light snore. This is the as it's being arrested by the roots. That's the first you've heard of it.
Okay. And this room is still ejecting treasure.
Yeah, currently, and it's going up. But as I recall, Cathris Straub, with a Hoards person's celerity, has instructed his bag to lap up as much treasure as it
So
can.
this just looks like I'm the motorboat, and that's the jet skier with its mouth wide open, and then any treasure that's on this side still is just scooting in there
Nice.
into that intake.
How much we get?
yeah,
Yeah.
We'll sort it out later, I suppose.
Yeah, it's good to
We'll get
count.
40% of the take.
say Dinar is surprised seeing a dragon and being in a dragon's lair, but he does just start filling his pockets as much as he can.
Of course. Yeah.
It's majestic.
Yeah. He's like, oh my god, this is crazy.
I
Stuff.
I cast a look at Dinar and I say, wink, wink. And then I say, I don't know as much about dragons as I presume that you do, but
Well,
I do know that the colorful ones are not good news. And I'm saying all this at a whisper. We also still have Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Dinar knows nothing about blue dragons or this dragon. But he just goes, well, funny fact.
Right, yes, yes.
Actually, this dragon's name, Albert.
Albert?
Do you want to think about it?
Nope.
Okay.
Never do.
Never do. No, you just got to keep going. Don't look back.
Albert. Okay.
What
Okay, so
Dinar
Albert?
says. Yeah.
Is this the
Albie.
So do you remember when you first concepted Dinar, you were like, he pretends that he knows every dragon?
Yeah.
Is this that kind of a thing where he's like, oh yeah, the Albert is my cousin's first
Yeah.
husband, twice removed.
There's an element of that for sure.
Okay,
It's
cool.
more just like if someone thinks he knows something, he doesn't want to
course.
admit he doesn't. So
Right.
he's just trying
Yeah.
to bullshit his way through it.
Well, there is-
and just make up
Well,
random dragon facts.
no, I was just going to say I can help a little bit with this. The interpretation and the delivery obviously is completely up to Dinar.
Right.
But in the same way that when a child is on the spot, they just start to look around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of reliefs in here that you might be able to derive something from.
And Rosie, I think I take it. I'm like on my map notes because I've been
Yeah.
mapping this whole thing. I'm like Albert, so that's spelled AXLLIEZZ''RT.
Yeah, it was the apostrophe. This is why you're great.
No, you're missing two apostrophes.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah.
The apostrophe is silent.
Friends call him Albie.
Albie.
Yeah, this one.
X.
He's a lightning dragon.
Really?
Yeah, little known fact.
How do you know? How do you know so much
Well,
about?
because of this painting over here, clearly indicates as much.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I will go over it.
it's not hard. The worked into essentially there's a series of flat walls that make up the
Room.
surrounding area, and
Four walls is roof.
the wall
Six
has
walls.
yeah exactly it has a cloud cut into the top of it, and then the lightning bolt that shoots down is going directly into its mouth.
Oh. Yeah, that would do it.
So after
Yeah.
it was electrocuted, they lay it here in this tomb to rest.
Dragon storage.
Right. And the gold is to keep it fresh. Because it doesn't spoil.
It's like a desiccant packet.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Same basic idea, but you can see just to the left and right. You can see groups of wizards providing. It looks like it's almost like on a platter or dais. They have raised over their head just different offerings and treasures.
Anything stand out? Any special treasures?
Let's see.
Also, what are all the wizards' name?
Oh, their names are not on there. There's no writing of any kind.
And Dinar's pointing to it and
Wizard.
says, Albie is very powerful. This is obviously showing the many armies that use their various weapons to try to destroy him. This one had grapes. He's allergic to grapes.
Oh,
Hates
that's
them.
good to know.
Yeah,
That's
hates
great
them.
to know.
Yeah.
Allergic
Important.
grapes? Okay, but are
You can
there
see-
any?
Yeah, there's all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
what are they, every offering they're offering is, I'm interpreting as some sort of attack.
Yeah.
Allergic to this pile of swords?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, deeply.
Yeah.
Deathly.
Hates treasure.
Yeah, one of the platforms that they're like buckling under has what looks to be, in their milieu, it has what looks to be like a chunk of jagged crystal.
Ooh, like the aggro crag, like the prize.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. Now we're
You
talking.
get to the aggro
Let's go to
crag.
Mo.
Nice.
Mo? Let's go to Mo with the scores. Mo?
Okay.
You can
Scores are good. Back
Thanks,
to you.
Thanks, Mo.
you can see on another platform. You can see what looks to be 3 masks, also being offered to the.
Do they look like penitents' masks?
They just it's simple, like the art is simple, but they clearly have that like a mask or a small shield type shape.
Comedy
Okay.
tragedy man.
You
Yeah.
don't know who drew this, but the
We
art
don't-
sucks. It's shitty. It just looks real bad.
He hated the theater, too.
He wouldn't go.
We don't see any of those masks in the treasure hoard.
You don't. You don't.
And where is Penitent right now?
Penitent is she is with the group.
Okay. Does she have any?
She hasn't.
Yeah.
She has not acted yet.
She was sprinting
Yeah,
towards
she was
the
sprinting
dragon.
towards the dragon.
Yeah.
When-
Was she
when
just
we
like
ended
full
last-
stop when she saw the dragon? Is that where she's at?
She'll stop as the plants reach up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've started to tack into the drift. If it's still pitching out slowly, just so I can get some more, because I don't imagine we're standing on shifting gold.
Oh no, the lion's share of it has been scooted out. I mean, multiple waves of this wealth has probably found its way outside.
All right, so I'm just getting the errant coin. All right, yeah. I just want to,
Still going.
sure, wherever I can.
Roomba up all of this coinage.
Who
Just
knows?
going in a circle.
Yeah. So far, your starveling bag, has got you 107 GP.
All right.
Hell yeah.
What did I get?
I'll write it
I
down.
was
Add it to
stuffing
the
stuff in my
inventory.
pockets. What do I get?
That's easy. That's easy to get. You're picking up medallions
Nice.
and
cream of the crop.
yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Medallions and rings that would probably require some appraisal, but they're pretty nice.
All right.
We're gonna have to do some
Medallions
checks
and
on
rings.
those.
We'll just say 8 of each.
They're probably worth a
Oh
trillion
no,
gold.
3.
3 of each.
No, 3 total. through the whole
You said
thing.
medallions and rings, so at least 2
So
of
three threes.
Got you there, grammatically
Three threes
speaking.
of
Yeah.
amulets.
Come on, word
Just
boy.
a heap. Yeah, no, it's a lot of
I was
stuff.
gonna
All right.
say the same thing. That's messed up. It's sitting on the side of the table too long.
Too long. It's time to switch it.
Yeah,
Drift compatible now.
yeah. You've caught.
I can't wait to cosplay as Walnut.
Please.
I'm gonna.
Please end me.
I'm gonna.
You've caught whatever he has.
I hate boys.
Go away. I'm Walnut. Can I borrow the sword when I do it?
I would like to formally quit the show.
You will not be surprised to learn there's a very specific document you have to fill out.
Fantastic.
Nah, I've got it.
We have a brand here.
Okay, sorry. Dungeons and Dragons. As I see Cthulhu sort of making his way a little too close to
Making
the
his way
edge.
downtown.
Yep.
Thank you.
And
Watching the dragon.
I come over and sort of touch your knee and be like, hop, 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 hop.
Whoa.
You don't want to,
Oh, the edge is there?
yeah, you don't want to pitch right out of there.
Well, that is where the gold is.
Can't argue with that. I did just see you levitate, so maybe I'm like, just,
You know what? You're
friendly
right.
reminder.
Let's find out how much the plants have ensnared, and then that might be plenty.
Ooh, yeah, there might be gold hidden up in those plants.
For all we know, the dragon itself could be full of gold. Maybe it was in here eating it when it died.
I don't know much about dragons, but I doubt it.
I do.
Dinar, I need a
Dinar,
judge.
yeah.
How much did this thing eat of gold?
Oh, I don't know. Eyeing him up. I would say 8 metric tons.
6 cubic acres.
That's a lot of dough.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't know. Pretending he's got suspenders, like, whoa.
I don't think
Got
it
water
ate,
damage there.
I don't think it ate any gold. I just want to give Dinar something to do.
I agree. think
I
it's
appreciate
nice when
this.
he's excited.
Yeah, he's just standing next to you guys.
So
Thank you.
Can we talk to Penitent?
exactly. So Cthulhu, you're saying that you went around between the dragon and the open.
Well, I mean,
I just want to make sure I understand
in
where
as
you
much-
are physically.
I think I'm further away from the group, let's say.
Just trying to hoover
If
up
we
more
did
wealth.
this, it was mentally, yeah. But I went around the side, but not to where I'm now standing on shifting coins. you
Right.
know. I just want to see if there's any more over here.
I want to talk more about that for a second. You are doing this because you are a Hoards person, but also because this is an aspect of Cthulhu's character that we haven't examined much, isn't it?
A person whose job it is to hoard gold.
Well, because Cthulhu is driven to, he has a compulsion
to
get
collect.
riches, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he sort of money driven?
When? As part of the job, I think you would find that doing it is incredibly lackadaisical. Like there's
Oh,
no
okay.
care given to it.
See, I thought I remembered something about his backstory that had to do with money.
His backstory, well, yeah. I
Was a
mean,
Have we
banker.
talked about it?
I don't know if we've talked about it.
Goldman
in game.
Sachs.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked about it.
Mostly
in
investment
so I'm
stuff.
trying to
Yeah.
be vague about it.
No,
but-
well, I think it's okay to say it here, but like because it feels like it's been addressed. Like one of his concerns, because he basically robbed the sect that
Right,
he was
his-
escaping
his cult,
to
right?
get a start, and he was worried they'd come for him.
Right.
But we've already been down there and the whole bit, so
Okay.
I'm not as worried. But he never really cared about coins.
Right.
It's just while I'm here.
Well, no, it's
see.
in the same way that it's like you can fish from a dock with no bait and no hook, really.
Mm-hmm.
You can just sort of,
Just kind of like it.
yeah, you can just sort of cast and hold it there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but the Hoards person's bag is very rarely put off leash in this way,
Oh, okay.
and it has the capacity as something like a tame mimic type shape. It is like a creature in some ways,
Right.
and it is doing as directed.
Yeah. I think it's a performative treasury. It's like a performative treasurer that I am. I'm not really interested in the guts of it. As long as you think I'm doing it, then we're probably okay.
Okay.
So you're looking for Penitent?
Yes.
Yeah, just tell me more.
I ask her in a hushed tone, do we know who this is?
She says, "I know that." She, without looking at the wall, she points over toward the relief that has the masks on it, and she says, "I'm worried for my friends."
That they were offered up to this dragon?
Yeah, she says, "Down here, I think it was trying to," and a claw comes out from underneath the dragon and just swipes across the ground
Yikes.
through layers of dry roots
Yep.
and flowers. So I would like it if we could roll initiative
Oh boy.
at this time.
Oh my
no
god,
good.
it's a dungeon and a dragon.
Yeah.
How often do you get both of them?
Not in one set.
Well,
that's for sure.
If you can, you want to get the deal because otherwise it's way too expensive.
It's on brand for me to go last.
How last are you?
3.
That's
Oh,
pretty last.
very last. I'm 6.
Hey,
I'm 14.
all right,
16.
okay,
Thank goodness.
I feel like this is usually how it plays out.
yeah. I was gonna say,
Well, that's on the ball.
yep. So we'll have Penitent go right after Walnut, and then
And then you drop your stuff.
I got my
Albert.
stuff. It's fine.
Albie.
We already have an Albie.
Albie, no.
The mailman. The mail lady.
I know.
Is it the same person?
Yeah.
So
Donner says that.
Interesting.
the swipe is just immediately in front of the both of you, and Penitent like puts a hand out in front of you.
Like the shortstop?
Yeah,
Nice.
Cut into 3 distinct pieces.
yeah, exactly. 3 separate.
Thump, thump,
Yeah,
My wife.
and then she basically like the arm goes out, and then off the back she slides the loop forward.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yes.
One that says, oh my god. Yes.
This is what we were looking for.
Does she go first?
No, it's still Walnut Dawn Grass here,
Oh.
and then the creature is immediately after the two of you.
Sweet. I get freaked out by that, and almost like a involuntary sneeze, I moonbeam. Like, "Ah." And then moonbeam. Please do a con 17.
Can't do.
She'll probably be very good at, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, these are
I think this foe is beyond any
No.
of us.
It didn't do it?
That's a terrible roll.
Timora blesses me yet again. Okay, so 40-10.
Jeez Louise.
7,
15.
15. Ooh,
Jesus.
25.
What'd you get? Another
I got 10.
10.
Yeah, 25.
32.
32.
32. Dang. What a pizza.
That's healthy.
Mamma mia, what a pizza.
That's amore.
That's healthy. And the silver light,
Moonbeam hits your eye.
the silver light cuts down in this perfect circle, and the plants that are holding the creature, and just a massive chunk of them in the center, are sort of burned away.
Yeah.
So now this creature turns like one massive eye towards you and blinks it a couple times behind this curtain of fog and smoke.
Whoops.
It was just a startled response
Don't sneak up on me like
from the
that.
dragon, yeah.
Yeah, but it almost got us.
It was just stretching.
Well, you can do nothing on your turn.
I will.
She, Penitent, slides it again off of the strap and tries to connect with the blade at the base of it. And it just effortlessly, just with a single finger, just redirects it.
Yikes.
Now it is its turn.
Yikes.
And so it rises up in this hail of smoke, digs its claws into the base of the stone, making sure of its position in this place. And when it opens its mouth in front of you, there is a curtain almost inside of its mouth. It's not It isn't what you'd expect. It's not fangs or a deep mouth, rows of teeth. Inside of its mouth, it is a infinite star field.
Oh no.
And when it inhales and breathes out, it is a raking cloud of amethyst glass.
Uh-oh.
Good lord! All right, so I need save. So the two people who are in front of it are Penitent and Walnut.
What kind of save?
Yeah, and my guess is that he can also catch Dinar with this.
Oh boy.
Feels
You
arbitrary.
took a little time out to just go, just redirect a little bit.
Exactly. So I need a dexterity saving throw.
I will take advantage.
Good. Let me sign in here.
I'll wait.
When I see this, how do I feel about these amethyst shards? Is it just
Yeah.
because you like amethyst as a DM? As
No,
a
I
storyteller?
definitely like amethyst.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I have been leveraging amethyst quite well. Here, so I'm going to do that. Subtract. I've been leveraging amethyst for Riggedy Reel for a very long time, but everyone else can see that's. Did you just drop the dice?
No, you drop the dice. Keep talking to your
Is that
friend.
a show first? Off the table?
Yeah.
Do you even know where the dice is
it's
now?
way over there.
Oh, Alyssa, don't. You know.
Oh, God, she's leaving a trail.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Get the
She
biscuit.
just took the dice and she's gonna. Oh no, she's gonna bring it back.
throw it in the
That's
hole.
right.
Fastball special.
Deep in its gullet, tilted slightly to the right, as though it's oriented to some plane that you are not familiar with. You can see the malevolent cathedral of the Sanguilith
Inside of it?
inside its mouth.
I hate it.
It's like garbage.
Cathedral, your
What a
sister's name?
dragon.
Yeah, but it's a common name.
So
So saves.
Incident?
yeah, so good saves. I like that.
I got a 20.
I haven't gone yet. I wanted to make sure you took my charges away before I did my...
I like that. You bet.
I'm a good boy.
Yum.
Alley-oop.
Nice.
Not too bad, not
And
too
we're doing a
bad.
dex save, right? So I have plus
We
2
are.
on dex saves. So that's a 19. And that's not a 19.
That's less.
That's less than 19.
That's less. I like it. Here, so 20 points.
Even with those saves?
Yeah.
Take half
Gunga la
damage.
gunga.
Half damage on your saves. This monster, I don't think this is a bad thing to tell you guys, is a CR 16. It is not killable by us.
This is a baby wizard no longer.
Wow. D&D Beyond.
Makes it easier than
You
ever.
haven't pulled up?
It makes anybody a wizard.
You cheater. You cheater, pumpkin eater.
Hey, that hurt a lot.
I just feel like that would be something that we would be able to see. That this is a big, strong boy.
Oh yeah, because
Oh.
we want to know how big it is. This is not the size of a van. This is a.
Yeah, it's,
Three
An
fans.
adult blue dragon.
yeah, it's 15 feet.
Oh, I was picturing something like the size of this table.
No,
No.
this big
I was
boy.
thinking something the size of like,
Big
yeah,
boy.
like a shoe.
Like, and not a
With
big
this
shoe.
I was
little
picturing we almost
adorable.
missed it going in the room.
doing 20 damage on saves.
No, I thought it was like the size of this building, like a very.
Oh, I was thinking about the size of this room.
He big boy.
Okay, bigger than the red box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, so this is this
unless
is
it's a really big red box.
Yeah, exactly.
How much bread
So-
you got?
But this is with expert instant reflexes. You're still caught in this this wake.
Okay, so I'm sad. I'm mourning. Got it.
At the wake.
Yeah.
Boo.
I like
Kate. Thank you, Kate.
See,
Thank you, Kate.
Boo.
now,
Laughing at Amy.
Rosie Beestinger,
What?
I know a pity laugh, and I'll take it.
it's your turn.
Okay. I believe I don't want to attack this thing because I sense that we cannot win this fight.
Thanks to D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to D&D Beyond. Is it like a faux pas to have a monster manual out when you're? I mean, I'm not trying to get secrets about it, but I do know that this is.
I think if you're like looking up its HP and stuff.
Oh no, I wasn't doing that.
It's.
No.
I'm gonna.
I would. Yeah. I mean, it depends. It depends on how much game you're playing and how much storytelling you're doing.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
Ed, is it unreasonable to assume that you, like anybody long-lived, maybe encountered or heard stories of dragons, if not
Sure.
one of this size, and will be
Oh,
like, oh, I'm
totally.
going to jump in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll retcon that.
There you go.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
same from the
So.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one wants anything
But
like
also,
that.
like, it's common sense. We're looking at a huge adult dragon.
Some of us don't have common sense, I guess.
Well, even you said like the moonbeam kind of sneezed out of you. I think that if Walnut hadn't had that snap reaction,
Hey, we can play this game any way we want.
I know. I just
And this is the way we're playing it.
yeah. Okay, so my
Bloodless pedantry.
my
Now.
my God moding, I will retcon into Rosie just sees a big ass dragon. She's like,
Fuck this.
yeah, no, this ain't gonna work, y'all. We got to get the F out of here. And I think that she would probably just start yelling, like, we got to go, retreat. We can't win.
Is there another door or just the one we came into?
There is the door that you came into, so the large entrance to the chamber, and then there is not a door in the classic sense. There is a very large aperture through which one might escape.
And get that rest of that gold.
Well, we can't go back because there's the big hole.
There's the hole. This is how I've pictured it
Yeah.
in my head anyway. We come in, the hole is in front of us, and we're leaking out gold and potentially soon a dragon.
No, I mean in the previous room. The
She's
floor
talking about the
fell out.
trap.
Oh,
There was a big hole.
We got over the trap.
We got
first time.
solutions.
Yeah,
that's right, okay.
It's better to confront that than this in Rosie's mind anyway. So she's like, you guys, we can't. This is not a fight that we want to be a part of. We got to go.
Okay.
And I don't think she would retreat yet though until she sees that you guys are. So essentially, just talk and hold action, I guess.
Okay, well, if that's how it is, and you guys are looking at her shout retreat, but you would see Cathris, like, I'm listening, but I see that throat full of stars and the sanguine.
Yeah.
And I'm not fully like nodding, okay, let's do that. I'm like,
It's back.
I'm getting ready to address.
Yeah.
Like a dark McRib.
Limited time only. I jump into the mouth. I jump into the McRib.
Oh, yeah. You and me both.
I savor that barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It has a tank. Rosie,
That's all I'm doing. I'm just saying we need to retreat.
you're saying we need to retreat,
yeah,
and then
I'm ready to fight this dragon, but I'm not going to start any
So-
shit with it.
So like a word of warning and then a hold action?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
okay,
You did. You took it.
Mr. Drow.
You're dead.
Yeah,
You deserve it.
she who hesitates is lost. Mr. Drow.
I use Awakened Mind, if I can, not at the dragon, but inside the dragon.
But within,
Yeah. And
Oh.
I say, are you lost?
and then
What
there's,
are you doing in there?
there's a sort of shearing, sharp cry that begins and increases in volume and presence. And then once that has established the baseline, then the calm voice pierces through the center of the membrane and it says, "How can I be lost when I am everywhere?"
Just got you there. Checkmate, Cathris Drow.
Flat Earth. It's a conspiracy. All right. You got me. Perhaps, but you're not always visible as you are down this throat. Is it a comfort to you, perhaps, to be inside of a mouth for once?
Just flip the script.
Happy Valentine's Day.
As you were communicating with it, it is from that distant point, it is now becoming incredibly close. It's rushing now to this aperture.
Yeah.
We should probably go. We should probably just go.
And
Wow.
the mouth, like the dragon's.
thinking it.
Yeah, exactly. The dragon's mouth is being wrenched open, you think, beyond its parameters.
Oh, okay.
This boy about to turn inside out.
Yeah, he's not a
Is
part of
that
this anymore.
a dragon costume, or is this like a parasite within a dragon? What's the read on the situation here?
God, I wish I knew more. Like, I assumed that there's this infinite space inside, and it's just the dragon is just a door.
Chris is like, I wish I had time to study this thing.
Yeah.
I do. I wish I knew more. What I wish I knew more about was the stars on my cloak, because I'd love to throw one in there.
Why don't you do it?
Do it.
That's rash. I already chastised everybody for doing that
What are
before.
you, chaotic?
You-
Aren't you chaotic good?
I'm chaotic neutral.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
If you would like to undertake an action, because this is an interesting juncture, there's no shame in it, certainly.
Then let's flavor it as a while back during Waffles Inc. I wanted to throw one
Right.
in our desperation, but I was prevented from it because the Sanguilis smushed me. Yeah, I will pull one off of my robe and I will aim it at the source of that sound coming.
Okay.
You're doing this because Cthulhu is trying to destroy the Sanguilla.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I know that these seem to empower it, or they're connected, but I don't know what happens when I use it on it.
Cool.
So, as it is sort of hurtling, whirling ever closer to this aperture, as you throw, as you reach up to the edge of the cloak, and then hurl one in, as you hurl it into the space, you can see that as it passes through that threshold, it disappears. But you can see that from elsewhere in this space, the missile is fired. So you can see that it is against this star field, but there are nearby stars.
Right.
And from one of those stars, a missile of tremendous power launches and strikes it in the side, increasing its spin and sort of tilting it off base.
Got sort of an Ender's Game happening.
So, like the view field has spun, or is it that physical prison?
Just the Sanguilith itself is now tilted, being struck in that space. But the source of the attack was elsewhere.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what else to do. I think I do that, and then I would just look at anybody who's watching and just be like,
Yeah.
look, look.
Prince splits in.
Now you throw something at
I
it.
don't think Dinar wants to fight a dragon.
Is he part of this?
No, well, not, and I don't think he wants to run away either. I don't think he wants to be mean to a dragon. And
He has
doesn't
to chart a middle course
He
that allows
wants
for
everyone to stop.
face saving.
He wants everyone to
Reach
cool
across
out.
the aisle.
Cool out.
Is it time?
Is it time?
It's been a while.
What? No.
Why?
I don't even know what you're asking me.
Isn't
have an
it
ult.
To use
I
your
know.
ult?
No, I am gonna ult. I'm gonna
okay.
Draconic Entitle.
Yes!
Yeah.
Everyone?
No. Yeah. The whole room. Draconic Entitle.
Everybody?
The three of you and the
Yes.
dragon.
Awesome.
I don't know. I can't do that. I don't think. I get to mind meld with this, right? Like they become my best friend.
Do it on the god in there.
Dinar would do it on the dragon. That's why I was like, and I don't think he would perceive what else is going on inside his mouth.
Maybe
I think
not.
he would just.
It's a weird mouth, buddy.
It's
Yeah.
probably what they all have.
Dude,
to
that-
do.
He'd be
Mouth
too
your mouth,
focused
bud.
on the dragon exterior, and I don't know. This is for you to tell me if this is a god wearing a dragon skin or just like inhabiting a dragon or whatnot. But he's
Aren't we all just gods wearing dragon skins to know?
That's
couple
well
of
put.
us.
That's actually really well
But he's focusing on the dragon part of this and just it's saying everyone to stop fighting. He says everyone stop fighting, getting upset, and but the dragon's obviously more powerful than all of us, so he will draconic entitle the dragon.
Yeah. So you lock eyes with it on both sides, and you can tell that whatever process is occurring here, it's not party to it. Like you can just tell from its eyes, like your read of the situation is that it is not party to this aperture. It has no intention of being a gate for this thing.
Okay.
So does it look scared?
Yeah, you can. That's easy for Dinar to tell.
So the dragon is scared. Is the dragon on my side now?
Yeah. So you receive.
Hang on. I feel like the rest of us have to do a little role play with our ultimate abilities, and I kind of miss your draconic entitlements. Role play there, pal.
I don't have any more.
Any
More promos to give,
always
yeah.
thought out
But
a classic.
but it could. You can either
some
A.
OG material.
You can either try out a classic.
Yeah.
B. We can get you some creamers. We have them in
Yeah.
the front. Or it could be that this has moved on into the regal nature of Varsmalis.
I feel like this one is not
could be
a
completely
trying to
different.
intimidate.
Yeah.
This is more of one from a space of fear. So
Like one
I feel
dragon
like he's
to
not
another.
spicing it up with his normal like intimidation tactics of a wrestling promo. Which isn't to say he wouldn't do another one at some point, but not in this very scary situation. I don't think he would be. This is more of a freaking out, trying to get everything.
To Jerry's point, maybe these entitlements now are tinted with a little of Varsmalis.
It could be.
And they could be.
It's up to you however you want to flex.
Well, I mean,
that's all it is.
We could say
It's
that
flexing
that's
draconic entitlement.
within there. Yeah, I think this is more instinct. This is a more everybody cool out.
and
this is not a
and its response to you is instinctual as well.
okay.
It's a rapid series of images projected. Just directly into it. It responds like this. It's no longer a threat to you personally, but it shows you what you think are different eras in its own life, where it begins to, via magical experimentation, like you. One of the things that you do know about blue dragons is that they are sort of like the malevolent intellectual class of the chromatics, and you can see that it has begun like piece by piece, like hesitant at first, but through time, it has begun to physically consume treasure and artifacts. And so you can see that the masks have passed in. You can see him just delighted like a morsel between two silver claws, just gulping down the masks, gulping down potions, apparatus, at one point a throne, weapons, and the last thing that it consumes, the last thing that it was provided with by these sorceress supplicants, and it stands out in its mind, like the clarity on this is pristine, is just this chunk of violet crystal.
Oh shit!
We gotta make it barf.
But now that it's on our side, I see all this.
It's definitely on your side.
It's definitely on our side, and I say, don't attack. All right, we're all friends. We're all friends. Everyone's fine. We're all a bunch of little Fonzies, right? Rosie, how's Fonzie?
It's very cool. It's very cool.
That's right.
What do we know about Fonzie?
What do we know about Fonzie?
Is Fonzie
Well,
impressive
roll.
in D&D?
I don't know. Roll for Fonzie. And then I will tell them. I'll be like, Albert just ate something that didn't agree with him, and we got to get it out of him.
Like
A couple masks and an amethyst shard.
And how would you propose we go about doing that?
I don't know. It's Walnut's turn.
I do know, but it is walnut.
Right. So he has dished up. His hands are out. he has dished up this information, and you can tell.
Yeah, and I would. Well, I'm in between. The
you were
team and the
intermediary,
the dinosaur and the dragon.
right?
Denver.
The
Fantasy
Stegosaurus.
dinosaur.
Denver the last time.
Jennifer, the Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
So Walnut, you have been given this new information
Yes.
about this process. Now you see before you something else. It's a creature that is
In trouble.
in trouble. Regardless of its scale, there's something fundamental there.
I feed it a rotten good berry and it throws up.
Start punching its stomach.
So it has a portal in its mouth.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
And masks in its tummy.
And masks in its tummy.
What are you
There's
doing?
only one way to get this thing out.
Going right up the butt.
Oh yeah.
For the
Safe side, yeah.
podcast, I intimated rectally.
Turn into a weasel.
Turn into a weasel. No.
You're gonna wheeze this shit?
Yeah, wheeze up in there.
I have no wild shapes left for the day, so.
Damn it.
As much as you have a fantasy about that,
We'll take a nap.
I refuse.
You hang on.
I'm gonna try and do.
Magical spells.
I'm gonna. This is not gonna work.
Polymorph me into a weasel. I'll get in that. I'll do what needs to be done.
Polymorph?
Let's polymorph all of us into little weasels.
Into high
then we'll
school
go into the-
animal gender swaps.
And then we'll go into the dragon's butthole. This is what everyone's here to see.
this is the hero's journey.
She's got no spell slot.
This is the
The power of myth.
yeah, this is the monomyth, the classic.
So I look at it and I see this portal and I see it. It's
Eyes are. You can see just the terror.
Yeah.
Frankly,
and I say to it, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but I want to sidestep it, and then I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at the highest level I have it, and just see if that does anything. To do anything for me, portal
Interesting.
wise.
well, it has.
Because it says it's a magical. It says for magical effects, and I'm
Yeah,
just-
exactly. Well, I
It's
mean,
a save, right?
Yeah, it has to
functionally,
save.
yeah, it's a save. I mean, the rules are here to help us, right?
So
It can roll bad.
beat a 15.
Right.
No, I do beat it well. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But you get a sense of the like the mystic ecosystem inside this thing is ages of storied treasure.
Wait, if I use 4 charges, can't I make you redo that roll?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can.
I would like to use 4 charges. To make
And
you
I would
redo
like
that
to
roll.
use 2 to give you disadvantage.
To
Yay!
Jerry?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, yes.
Oh.
This is part of it. And for those of you who don't know, we can use our charges to fuck with Jerry now. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for all of those charges.
Exactly.
Fan.
So, yeah, and functionally speaking, what that means is the Shadow Council establishes a kind of edict.
Oh, great. Love to
It's
deal with
it's
them.
from it is essentially their direct influence. Right. So it's
Still does it.
no.
You
It's
got disadvantage.
it's disadvantage roll on this thing. 15.
15.
DC 15.
All right. The first one was on, and the second one is not on.
Yeah.
So
We did it.
Hey, we did it.
Hey, teamwork. Cute,
No.
Ryan.
I had this in my hand. I didn't even get a chance to sell 5. That was your chance.
so
I was holding the thing.
the
D&D Beyond was going to save you, Amy.
that shriek and cry that you were aware of begins to get like staccato. The sound itself begins to chop into pieces, and
This is my last resort.
exactly a several museums worth of artifacts
Yeah.
are expelled.
Yeah, I was going to say, right? Like, I'm between everyone in this thing, or I'm going to covered in puke-covered jewels. I'm down with that.
No, it is a
I'm down, son.
yeah. No, I know
right,
I know that
just
you're
saying.
down.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
You're down. this onslaught of treasure is actually, Josh, if you'd be so kind.
Whoa. They're projectiles, and they go right through you.
No. This onslaught of lacerating crystal,
Oh, shit.
ancient weapons, objet d'art.
Sure.
Oh. Chanel number 5.
Exactly. So, Walnut, I need a saving throw from you, from Ryan, and from
Who's Ryan?
Dinar.
It's good.
My saving throws are.
That dreaded number.
I'm a bad
Wow.
boy.
She makes hers.
So.
I did not.
No, she didn't. She had a 4.
I got a
Oh, no.
4.
Penitent makes hers.
Oh, okay.
I'll take advantage just because my. What am I saving again? What am I rolling here? Dex or
Yeah, Dex.
Okay.
Whoa.
19
Hey.
Yummy.
or a 16.
Wow.
I'll take the 19.
Yeah. So you take the
Plus 2,
19.
21.
And so it's spears, like spearheads.
Cartwheel out of the way.
Yeah, weapons who have been weapons whose hafts have long since disintegrated and deteriorated. It's just any of this incredibly sharp, magically protected metal that has infused this creature is emitted out. Now, Walnut fails the save, but you have made the save, and you also have other abilities that you might use to protect Walnut.
I'll be fine. How much damage could it be?
You know, we'll see.
How much damage is it?
No, there's a lot of.
14?
Oh, I'm fine.
And you are now
Perfectly
treasured.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say,
No, you are full health. Yeah, I'm hurting, so I don't tank that
I
for
was
you.
not full health, but I'm
thank you,
I'm
Josh.
good.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, treasured is obviously one of the conditions here in
It's not working.
the screen.
I gotta do it.
Okay.
Secrets.
What?
Oh,
I was working on D&D Beyond.
no, I don't.
Couldn't be easier.
It couldn't be easier. No, it's perfectly fine.
I'm watching. I'm impressed.
So you,
God, I love it.
yeah. So you think that most of what has come out, the dragon itself is now sort of like swaying drunkenly
Oh no.
as a result of this excursion.
Evacuation.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes a few steps backward
Oh no.
and falls out the hole.
I say, Albert, no.
It can fly.
Yeah, it's fine.
Albert, fly. Albert, come back. We have a
I'll
link. He
fly.
has to do what I say.
That's true.
So it falls out, and then you can see it rise up. You want to return?
Yeah. Why not?
What could go wrong?
Yeah. I don't know. He's
Okay, you're doing that.
so
my
far.
super powerful friend.
I'm gonna
Look for
sift
those
this
masks.
mess.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
gonna sift the mess.
I want to find out what happened. I want to find out where these came from. I want to hear more. I want to know. I want to get to know the real Albert
I'm looking for that shard.
instead of the one I made up.
You want the shard?
I want the Swiss shard.
Yeah.
Looking for those masks.
Yeah, don't you want to know where the shards came from that Albert ate? We could give Albert the 3rd degree here,
Yeah, I mean, I love
and
it.
then make him go find a closet and fall asleep.
Why is that always the thing?
First get his clothes,
I want him tracking us
on.
down afterwards.
go in the closet.
Yeah. Tell us everything you know and go find a
The
closet and fall asleep.
The vault closet.
Yeah.
Big closet.
Yeah, what am I seeing down here?
Even telepathically, the creature's presence is substantial.
Present?
Yeah, and he says that he will meet you
Oh,
above in his courtyard.
okay.
Okay.
Can I ride there on your back? And not saying
No.
I'm gonna ride there on your back. He's fast to do what I sell him.
He doesn't have to do that.
He does.
He doesn't have.
Since when?
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
I did this to a mind
nickel.
flayer.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not like your nickel a ride, excitement engine. That's not how it's going to happen. So,
Got you there.
but there is an assortment of treasure here, and Penitent is furiously swiping through.
Yeah, I'll help her.
Yeah, this treasure, and you find what must have been masks.
Oh no.
At one point, but they're they're thin in places. Like some parts of them have the characteristic gleam. Others are worn or shot through with, they almost look like lace
Okay.
in places. So she's on her knees in this, and she is taking the masks and like placing them over her mask, and setting them down like one by one. It's like she's performing something that it looks like she's done before.
Okay.
She's putting them over her, like the
Over her own mask, and then setting them back down.
I say, I'm so sorry they look broken.
So she is, as she places each one on her face, she basically, it sounds like she's thanking them, like mask by mask.
Okay.
And she calls each of them a different name. The first one is contrition. The second mask is chagrin, and the third mask is odium. And then that stays longer.
Oh no.
She holds that closer, and then she sets it back down. Stands up, and then she goes and sort of stands with her hand against the edge of the aperture, the massive aperture. But she has her footing.
Okay.
And you also know that you've seen at least once that she can stand in open air.
That's true.
So if anyone else had done it, there'd be more cause for worry, perhaps.
And I would say, don't we have more masks to find?
She says, elsewhere. But I knew these masks.
I'm so sorry.
She reaches her arm over, like behind you,
Oh, okay.
and pulls you in.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm interested.
Now I'm interested. I was like, she's pointing at. Yeah, Walnut didn't get it, and now she gets it.
And she leans her head against your head.
I blush.
In the here in this, even in this place.
Even in this place.
Dinar says that. Even in this place.
I give you a dirty look.
There is something of interest to you in this. It's like when you spring for the nice seafood platter, like the multi-level one that's got like the crab up top. You see a Janari crown.
Oh, big doings.
Oh man.
And whatever it is about this crown, it is no worse for wear. If anything, it has been improved by the process.
Oh.
Got tumbled.
Yeah. Well, I go snatch that up. I go look at that. I want to, I guess, I want to make because I was going to ask about the masks. I was going to retrieve.
Well, and they're still here. I mean,
I was going to pick them up,
here.
but
like whatever.
maybe in the act of going to pick the masks up and retrieve them, I see the crown. I go over and grab the crown.
Yeah. Because, like I say, whatever she meant to do with them is done. She hasn't like discarded them or thrown them out, or she did what she needed to do. They are simply here along with the rest of these things. And of course, there's weapons of any kind you can think. Yeah. Its appetite has been substantial, but they would require some repair. Any non-magical portion of them has long since been devoured.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Like
Dinar
was gonna be like, we can probably fix these masks. Like
it's an arsenal.
How so?
I don't know.
Mending?
Mend them, take them to someone. This was the plan, but I mean, He's gonna start saying that, and then I guess catch the eye of the crown and just be like, and trail off, and then
Yeah. So the
bring people
ridge
back to life. You can fix the mask, right?
exactly the ridge around it is like the crenellations of the central castle. It's like an artistic, wearable representation of the seat of power in Jannar. Well, you thought that your father had just sort of set things like that aside, but you don't have a memory of him wearing the crown. It seemed like the sort of thing like it seemed like wearing it would imply that you needed it, and so not wearing it was sort of his flex. But you can't be certain there was a crown for much of your childhood.
Yeah, I mean, would I don't know that I would infer that it was necessarily, Dinar's father's crown.
Exactly.
And generations of.
But there's definitely large windows where it didn't. You don't remember it.
Did you take it?
Yeah, no, I definitely grab it. And I mean, is that all I infer from it
It's definitely of the.
in examining?
Yeah.
More and more?
It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, got some questions for that dragon, who wouldn't let me ride on his back. Now he's got family heirlooms.
Selfish, really.
I know, really. I'm not thrilled with Albert at the moment.
So what do you do?
And then I
talking to
go,
him.
pick up the masks. Don't forget the masks.
No, I would be getting the masks just because, I mean, if what you're saying, if we could fix them,
Yeah.
then somebody could fix them, and we don't want that.
Or they are tied somehow to what is blatantly a very powerful, magically infused person at the moment. I think Thriss would be just morbidly curious from like a
I just want to look for
procedural
that
sort of-
viscer on there. What's guts is on it?
I just think you'd just be like, ooh, what's this? Let me
What
creepy
yucky
tinker with
stuff.
it in my knife.
Yeah, I do, even if it's largely junk at this point, I do swipe the Hoards person bag over this vomitus.
Yeah.
And I collect it up, plus the 3 masks go in there.
Down on its haunch. It's sort of like it's getting slow.
He's full.
It is
Oh,
a
buddy.
lot of stuff has gone in here
doing
in a
real good.
very short period of time. It's little belt strap tongue is lolling to the side. It's just the savor and the enthusiasm that was there initially
Yeah.
isn't there. But it's a dutiful creature. But it takes it a solid 15 minutes just to pick
he's
up the
down.
things that are at its feet.
I want to know, is there any remnant of a Sangolith related anything in this mess?
The crystal that you see in the relief here, what appears to be left is a small a shard, basically. It's you don't see a crystal like the one they represent, but you do see something about maybe short sword sized in length and character.
Maybe
Okay.
don't get that. I yell that from across the room. I go, maybe leave that.
I don't think it's a good idea to leave it here, especially if that dragon's just going to eat it again. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with
You
you.
know him better than I do, but
It was not as well as I thought.
I think we hang on to it.
You want to send that to head office?
No, I'm going to actually keep it on me. I will put it into my father's knife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, keep
I
it-
don't care about the knife.
Personally,
Yeah, I will keep this one.
I care about turning the office inside out.
Yeah,
the Sangolith.
and with the logic of like, we already know what happens when this thing goes into a mouth. It's a bad idea to put it in a bag, so I'll put it in my father's study.
nice.
Got
Yeah.
a new poking stick. Big ol'.
I'll look at it, think about it. I don't know.
Storage,
Yeah, there's a bin.
absolutely. So, where to next?
The courtyard?
Yeah, back up top.
So, you're able to with ease.
Got it mapped.
Nice.
Yes.
Where do we go?
So you're able to find your way back through up underneath the dais, and when you get to that courtyard, Clarkmore immediately clops over to you and showers you with affection.
Oh. Good to see you too, buddy. This is rare from him.
Yeah, it's odd. And Coriander approaches you as well. And you can see sort of like in the shoulder plate, just behind the head, you can see something like poking out from it, like something that's sort of like fanned open. And in the breezes that wash over this floating city, you can see it. You can see the fingers of it, sort of waving in the air.
Does it look like her sail?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like a sail, and it's not a part of the blade. It's like tucked underneath that shoulder blade, sort of like poking out from her strange interior structure.
It's like when somebody leaves a flyer under your windshield wiper.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, did I get a parking ticket?
Shit.
It's too high up for me to reach, so I think I would try to get Walnut's attention and ask, like, what is that? Can you get it?
Just reach in there.
I like look away and reach in, like I'm like, this is nasty for me. And I pull it out and I hand it to Rosie.
It takes some doing.
Okay.
It's wedged in good and solid.
I got both legs up on the
Yeah.
horse. I'm pulling it.
Rosie's
Exactly.
I'm offering unhelpful advice. I'm like, maybe try pushing it and then pulling it.
Jangling it.
No, you turn coriander. It's a shake the coriander like this. It's the spine and cover are gone, but it is definitely the meat, like the slab of a book.
Yes. Can I tell what's legible? What can I read?
Absolutely. In the movie, that's sort of revealed and you get it, and you have your own moment while these other things are occurring.
Okay.
The blue dragon. We'll know about blue dragons, like we know about how they look.
CR16.
Well,
Sorry.
I think they are easily the scariest.
Yeah, they're very
They're gnarly. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up for
all of
myself.
them.
I don't know anything about them.
Well, no, I
They're
want to make.
vain. They love sapphires.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they are.
Should have made Dinar blue.
They're saxophone.
Genuinely.
They love saxophones.
Like-
blue ones.
Their faces are like, some bats are kind of cute, and some bats are like, fucking, what's going on? Like with their face.
Oh yeah, it's got the little crazy snoot.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has crazy snoot. I mean, its face is like
It's
like a
skull.
warren.
Lawful
Yeah.
evil, huh?
Yeah, its face is like a warren of holes
Yeah, I don't
that just
like it.
retreat into its interior structure.
That's what
They,
was so disturbing about when we fought that blue dragon head and it was like half made and it was just all holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and
They
so
really do breathe lightning.
Yeah.
Pulling that out. Of
No,
my
I mean
ass
that's
here,
that's
I
the
didn't
best
know.
part. I was so pleased. I was so
I was
pleased.
hoping to be wrong.
Oh no, you were not wrong.
That's what makes Dinar so dangerous, though, is that sometimes he's right.
Yeah, that only
Most
encourages him more.
and you don't listen.
bullshit.
It's like
when
Neo
the-
in the Matrix. I
Yeah.
just can rewrite the code.
Exactly. So essentially, it is looking with dismay at the giant statue of a blue dragon here in the courtyard. It's sort of like pacing around the back, vainly assessing this statue, assessing the workmanship of it.
I didn't know it was there.
Oh no, it doesn't like it. It doesn't think that it's robust.
Oh.
It doesn't think that it is. It
So
thinks it's common as a
So then
representation.
it was its first time seeing that. So, well, this is our chance to interrogate it. And it
You
can't
and
lie
Rosie are the only ones that can talk to it.
because it's. Well, I mean, you guys could all talk.
I go mind to
Through me.
mind with it,
Right.
but,
And
yeah.
I speak Draconic. If I see this happening, I want to say in Draconic, your your countenance is much more handsome in real life.
It tucks its chin sort of into its neck and looks down and goes, like preens a little bit. You can see the plates on its chest sort of undulate in a ripple that goes up from the bottom.
Nice.
And says, yes, rather.
I look at this statue and I scoff at it and I say, what is this? Granite? Marble? What kind of material could capture the grandeur of a creature like yourself?
Yeah. He shears the top half of it off with a bladed wing.
Much better.
Says, yes, I think that there need not be a representation up here. The real thing will have to suffice.
And suffice it shall.
Then he says, how came you to know our tongue?
I have many years.
What criminal would have taught you, I wonder?
Funny you should use that word. I had business dealings in my past where learning this frankly magnificent and melodic tongue benefited me financially.
There's a sound in its throat. You're not sure what it represents, but it accompanies the compliment.
It goes,
It's like just that chirping. Like,
goes tweet, tweet, tweet.
It's just that horse sound. That's all it is.
Coriander is snuffling hard at the Hoards person's bag.
Oh, give her any old
Good
thing.
golly.
Yeah. What is she like?
I know what she
I'm
wants.
basically gonna.
She can't have them.
Yeah. Let's take a peek.
and she'd let us all the way out here for these masks.
Oh, I don't think that's wise.
Yeah.
While you're digging through your bag,
Yeah.
I interject.
No, you can see the dragon turns to you.
Well, yeah. I interject. And I'm like, we don't need to appeal to its vanity
Right, but
because I control it. Don't I, Albert?
Rosie might not know the extent of draconic
Yeah.
entitlement,
Yeah.
but also it's wise to be nice to a dragon.
No, this is Dinar not
Dinar.
Right.
being smart.
Are you
yeah.
saying-
No, this is actually
Yeah.
role
Are you
playing.
saying this to me in common?
Yeah, out loud.
Right, right.
Out loud. And no, in Draconic in front of him.
Oh, in Draconic.
What's he going to do? I control what he can think for at least
This
a little
is
bit.
why Rosie decided she was going to talk first.
Yeah. And then I ask, where did you get this?
My servants brought me all manner of treats.
When did they bring this to you?
He holds up a clawed hand and begins to click claws together. And he says, perhaps 700 years ago.
A lot of years.
Snatch it back. I don't know what to make of that.
He says, I suppose it will do. Mortal kings are given to such things.
Ain't that the truth?
And he leans down close and says, I would have no one know it, but I may owe you a favor, a small one,
Oh.
a very small one.
I
Tell no one, of course.
would say, yeah, more than a small one. Yeah, I think we just lions pawed him, right? Like we just got him to vomit up
Yeah.
all his stuff.
He scratches beneath his chin and says, you'll find that my small favors are more than enough.
Nice.
I'm glad you didn't ride him. That could have been it.
Yeah. Get one wish. All right. Huddle up, team.
I hop on his
We
back.
get one wish.
Yeah. I mean, is there something, Cathris, that you want to ask
I
about
don't-
this crystal?
I don't speak Draconic, so
I'm
wherever you're at.
saying this to you in common.
Well, yeah. So I say like ask it about the portal. Ask it about that crystal.
Okay.
Why would they feed that to it?
Sure.
What kind of were these servants actually loyal to him?
Sure. Rosie turns. I like to think that Draconic is just even the common translation, the English translation of it is just it's very highfalutin and very overblown.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Pig Latin.
Well,
Yeah,
no, it's going to
just like,
have.
it's too fancy.
Oh yeah, it's going to have multiple like layer tiers of deference.
Right, yeah. The purple prose is like...
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So then...
Well, especially with this blue dragon.
Yeah. So she would turn and say, Malevolent One.
Well...
It's, I don't mean to overly flatter.
Yeah.
Malevolent One, there was in your expulsion,
Your glorious
your glorious expulsion,
Nice.
unparalleled in my experience. There was one of the things that you had left in your great generosity was a shard, a crystal that it seems that based on the reliefs of your certainly honorable loyal
His
service,
lips curl up behind his teeth.
someone, I think, intended to sabotage and perhaps destroy you with this. Yeah, exactly. So, what can you tell us about those people? How can we seek vengeance for your magnificent person?
Well, he looks up at the spires and this decimated town, and he says, any justice I would have meted out against these people has already come to pass. He says, I suppose I could find their children's children's children.
I can't say that. I don't know what he's saying. I go, this dragon looks weird.
Talking about killing families.
Oh, is that normal?
Seems like it is for this guy.
Well, carry on, I guess.
I think it would be a grievous error to track down the offspring of those who have certainly wronged you. However, it is, in my humble opinion, unacceptable that this came to pass. And
Agreed, well put. That's an index, certainly, of your intellect.
I am certainly of the opinion that no favor is required at this time. Okay, so here's backstory. What Rosie's trying to do is to just get a fucking blue dragon in our pocket that we can use later. Like, we don't need him right now.
He
But
already intimated as much, right?
But what she's laying on thick is like, by the way, we saved your existence just now by getting you to barf up that crystal because I was going to turn you inside out. So she's like...
Somebody did.
Yeah, I'm
Not
excited.
me. Somebody gets a favor.
My esteemed colleague, it is again my humble opinion that the actions of my esteemed colleague...
Well, it's like picking her ear.
You say we can't understand
like-
you, so you might
Yeah,
as well
yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
Not rockets.
my underlings have.
Right.
I've told
that's
them
true.
to do
What's
it.
probably, it would probably be way into that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
all right, yeah.
Well, you know,
Especially-
this is the crazy thing. I was going to say another name, but that's not the correct name, Rosie.
Yes.
It's probably built into the language.
Oh, yeah. There's no term for, like, esteemed colleague.
Right.
It's like everyone's
It's
an
just
underling.
the grammar,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Higher or lower.
The term for mortal is just underling. So I say, like, my underlings
But of course you
go,
hear-
Oh, you know what she's called, you guys?
And you say that in Arcana?
Oh, no, I say it in common. I go, whoa. You gotta hear it.
Well, what word would you use?
Oh, no, it was...
I'm literally like looking through the Hoards person bag at trash.
Yeah.
I'm like,
smelling vomited garbage. Like,
right. Nah, maybe. I don't know. What do they call us?
I don't pay them.
That's the key.
They're interns. I believe that the actions taken by my underling and that the curiosity found in this underling will not only have saved your magnificent existence to continue into perpetuity, but also to eventually root out the culprits, this monster who intended to destroy you from the inside out. And I mean, services rendered. I see no reason why we need to waste your time with any asking of a favor. You seem very busy. There are riches in this world for you to take and eat, digest.
Maybe a little too thick.
We don't want to keep you from that.
My appetite may be sated for a time. There are certain things that I will never eat again. Let me be clear on this point.
Amethyst.
Certain
Yeah.
classes of
Amen.
object. And he reaches up under his chin and plucks out what to him must be a tiny scale, but to you is like the size of a dinner plate. And he sets it down and he says, upon one condition.
Anything, your majesty, your liege, your eminence.
He says, none may know, none, that I owe a favor to a prince of Jannar.
Boy.
None shall ever know.
What's more,
Everyone will know.
yeah. He says, what's more, this power of yours, I will never know its lash again.
I think that's fair.
Well, what's he gonna do about it? Couldn't stop it the first time. You're gonna stop it the second time.
Wink wonk.
I go, sure. Sure, bud.
Oh, it's the Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
He says, you will be able to find me.
I will call upon you only in greatest need.
See that you do.
Do I take the scale? Do I have this scale now?
It's for you.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I'll pack it away unless you want to hang on.
I kind of want to hang on to it.
Just like make it just armor, like
Yeah.
a plate.
I was thinking about like hanging it on her back like a little cape.
Yeah,
Big old blue dragon scale.
It's like between scales. So it's not one of the surface scales that is yet hardened.
Ah, okay.
It's like
Soft shell crab.
Yeah, it's in line to become
Oh, okay.
the armor plate
Right.
that we associate with these
I was
beasts.
gonna say you should wear it like a turtle shell sort of thing. Go
Yeah.
like turtle shell monk kung fu style, where you like
Right.
back into people and knock
Yeah,
them over.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do is to lace it around, and so I have this little like blue shiny hump of dragon scale on the back.
I like it. So it's vital. You need to remember that your AC is 2 better.
Yay!
What?
Thanks, bud.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's not me doing it.
See if I use my spells again.
Yeah.
Walnut goes, man, you got a shiny thing?
Man.
I go, whatever. And I just start fixing Penitent's hair.
Braiding.
So
Like,
in
this.
in the front, the dragon reaches up like one of its feet, like an owl. Like the whole foot just comes up like this, and then he just pushes the rest of the statue over,
Oh.
and then he takes to the air. I think that is our break. Am I correct? I didn't even notice. I was in the dragon zone. It's a great zone. Shadow Council, may our labors please you. Well, we will be back right away with more exciting Dungeons and Dragons adventures with your friends of the C Team. Don't go anywhere. Bye.
Bye.
Hello. It is I, Jeremy K. Horcrims. Welcome back to C Teams. Now, when we last saw our heroes, they were standing in a courtyard. What was almost certainly at one point a hanging garden sort of scenario. And now they are there in the 2.0 version of this town, which has no people at all.
Huge improvement.
Yeah, because the old clientele, the old renters, were all evil sorcerers. So it's a huge plus. Like the net swing is incredible, but the party is now there in the middle of this courtyard. A blue dragon has recently vacated the scene, and now we close in for intimate moments with the party.
I say to Penitent, are there any more masks in the city?
She says, the entire. She says only 3 masks would ordinarily be required to pacify a city of this size.
Okay. So I think the rest of these chuckleheads. I don't say that. That's a Dinar thing.
It's fine if it rubs off.
I
It's just
say,
that
She hates it.
She's
That's
getting
fine,
more and
too.
more.
yeah, she goes
Jeez.
the rest of these chuckleheads, and then she goes chuckleheads. Of Dran Enterprises and the 6.
Yeah.
They're just going to be looking around here for nothing for ages. So I feel like we can just leave them to it. However, we're on this floating city, and who knows how to get down? Anyone?
Well, if we take any kind of a rest, I can get flyback. I can get something back. Get levitate. I get dimension door. We can
a
parcel
million
this out.
solutions.
Yeah.
See what Coriander has up her butt.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Coriander is still operating the mega snuffle engine
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
at and around
me.
this
What
sack.
about Rosie finding that book? Does anything?
Yeah, we'll get back
We'll
to
get
that.
into that. Yeah. What would please you? I want to make sure. Yeah, the masks are in a separate place. Let me keep the
A
masks
separate bladder.
withheld. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Are
I'm
those
just gonna.
in the knife, or where are they?
I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the knife just because I don't want Coriander to munch them. But I'm just gonna hold the bag open and see what speaks to her in
Yeah.
terms of a magic.
Well, as you
Flavor.
unfasten the clasp and open it up, give it a couple tugs, let it droop there. There is like a wisp of acrid smoke that emerges from the bag and sort of drifts away.
More
And
treasure.
then-
Yeah, get it.
And it's so you're trying to create like a feed bag type scenario here.
Yeah, and maybe just shake it around a little bit. I see a wand going that way. One of Percival's little wand. That's the most we got. That's
Like a
the skull with
trick or
with
treat
its mouth
Halloween
shut.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and grab one.
Yep.
Take the big one. You're the first here.
He has the best costumes.
Exactly. So her head just disappears into the bag.
Yeah, take it easy there.
And when she emerges back out, it's just daggers, swords, like
Sticking out of her face.
yeah,
She's dead.
Whoops. A jeweled ring falls out of the edge of the mouth and hits the cobble and bounces a couple times.
Yeah.
This is joy.
Oh, okay. That's good.
That's the threshold we've reached here.
She doing like a chew?
Oh, an ultra chew.
Okay.
And it's
Good
just
girl.
snap, like daggers are snapping in half, pommels are hitting the ground, and then
Okay.
she's going down and like nosing them around. Like it's hard to get one, but it's like it's part of the process.
Yeah.
Satisfying. It's like a food puzzle for a dog. Mm-hmm. Keep him busy.
Oh yeah, yeah, so the peanut butter ball. Yeah, it's good times in here.
I want to like identify one of these things.
Yeah,
I want
I-
to pick up that ring and be like, Kithris, what is this?
We can. I mean, see, I took identify, I think as a ritual, just because I'm tired of not knowing what some of this stuff is. We just haven't gotten around to it. Is
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
What is this ring?
Well, gosh, I don't know. You tell me. You had just mentioned it. I am assuming that this ring, a lot of this stuff is just from the trawl that we just received.
Yeah, much
So it's
of
not like I've been hanging on to a
much
ring.
of it is.
No. I just meant it's a magical thing. What is it?
Oh, I don't know. Let's find out. Can I? May I?
Yeah, of course.
Do we have time?
Yeah.
How do I do it? Oh, I do it as a ritual.
Ritual?
Let's identify just one thing on this show.
Yeah, if we are going to
Just
go
for
ahead.
kicks.
Yeah, it's going to take me
Change pace.
10 minutes?
11 minutes.
1 minute?
But
That's
yes,
fine.
Okay.
I'm going to touch a ring, and then she will immediately get to eat it. But let's find out what it was.
While that is going on, I want to ask Penitent, is it possible to repair these masks that have been eroded?
She says the spirit in them is gone.
Gone where?
Metal, it goes wherever a living thing goes when it dies.
Where I want to go.
You can bring living things back to life, though.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no magic that could restore them?
it's possible, but the process that created them is lost.
But I imagine if somebody knew that process, they'd want these back to work on. If somebody was going to misuse these masks.
Who made you?
Well, no one made me. The conclave agreed to become masks.
The conclave?
We worried that our work would be lost.
Are you talking about the silver sliver?
Yes.
Okay.
She says, we worried that our work would be lost if we left it up to time. So we had to become something outside it.
So, did you make the masks and then occupy them yourselves?
We agreed to become masks.
I see. Well, I could agree to become a mask right now, but it wouldn't happen. Would it?
You could try.
You turn into a mask.
That's all it takes.
Rattled on the ground like, whoa.
She says, I suspect you'll remain much as you are.
Right.
It's the first time you've ever heard it, like a little edge in the voice.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to help you get your friends back.
She
Pardon me.
She says our best bet now would be to find others or to undertake a new quest.
Where would others be? Are there other cities in this that would happen?
She says, she like laughs underneath the mask, and it sounds like Brahma laughs along with her.
Like two voices?
Yeah, underneath it. And she says, we can occasionally be found in museums.
Well, same. Okay.
What about this new quest?
She says, I know not the evils of this age.
Oh man.
Boy, do we got them. We face them all the time. Sure, that didn't get you at all right.
So,
Fine.
this seems like a camp conversation to me.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, should we do a long rest?
I'm doing
Yeah.
a lot of polite, like, right.
Yeah,
you
God, I
know.
could use a long rest. That'd be great.
Yeah, just here in
Let's
the
do it.
Oh boy.
well, and it's definitely cold. I mean, it's
In the sky.
the type of cold that one finds in the desert night
Yeah.
up in the sky. It's something that has to be contended with.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
And then
Long rest.
yeah, long rest it with the touch of a button.
Couldn't be
It
easier.
couldn't be easier.
Couldn't be easier.
It's amazing.
And then I want to know about that ring.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's 10 minutes have passed. It is a
that's all.
ring of jumping.
Ooh.
I'm gonna write that down.
Agatha says this to me.
Yeah, I say it exactly. I even do an impression of Jerry when I say it. Exactly the same as you just heard. It's like a recording.
It is a ring of jumping.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I say, great. Hand it back.
I'm not interested in that. That sucks.
No, I'm
You want it
interested in
back,
that.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I say hand it back.
Yeah, I give it to you.
You don't care.
I don't care a bit.
I put it on.
About rings.
Nice.
No, I can jump.
I got 3 rings.
Add that to your inventory in D&D Beyond. It couldn't be easier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 3
Does it
rings.
require
I
two
offer
now?
to give you one of the rings I have.
yeah.
I don't know what they do.
Okay.
I say I'll trade you for this ring.
What does that ring do?
I don't think he knows.
I say
even make it
no, I don't know, but I say it's a ring of translation. You can understand any language.
As long as it's expressed via jumping.
Well, I speak all the best languages anyway, so I'm all set.
Give me that ring. Give me that ring.
What do you got?
I got a skull that whistles sometimes.
Deal. I throw the ring at you.
Ow! It just goes bling and flies off the edge of it.
What'd he get?
I want
So
to discover my rings.
well, yeah, exactly. Like discovery. It's
I got 3 rings and 3 medallions. You
It's
said
a
so.
It's a DVD.
Check the tape.
It's a DVD set.
Okay.
You can watch them all, and then you'll know. No, you have 2 rings and 1 medallion. Sorry,
That's not what I wrote.
I understand.
That's what I wrote
That's
down.
not what I put in my thing, so
I wrote down hundreds of rings.
I wrote 3 rings, 3 medallions, so where are we at?
Okay. One of the rings is a ring of warmth.
Ooh, that's warm.
That's good. We can use that right now.
Yeah, so one of you will be fine. And then,
Yep, I wonder who.
and the other one is a ring of evasion.
Ooh,
If you wear them both, you'll be cold because you escape the warmth, and that sucks.
keep dodging the heat.
Yeah. I'm freezing. I'm right next to the fire. I can't feel it.
Nice. I guess I'll look those up. What about the medallion? Anything?
Let's take a look.
It's just a dumb medallion.
Yeah. It's made of steak.
There's chocolate inside it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, the greatest gift of all. I'm warm, I'm dodgy, I'm eating chocolate.
I'm skittish. I'm hyper from the chocolate.
There we go. The medallion itself, sort of like raised up on the central coin, is like a image of a scarab, like a beetle. It's a scarab of protection. After he spends 10 minutes figuring it out.
Hey.
Nice.
So, just for your purpose, you have advantage on saving throws against spells. Whoever wears it.
Dang.
Okay.
Well, Dinar, I'm sure, wears all of his stuff.
Yeah.
Chains,
Like
chains,
as
chains.
bling, yeah.
It has 12 charges. If you fail a saving throw against a necromancy spell or a harmful effect originating from an undead creature, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge and turn the failed save into a successful one.
Hey, that's pretty good. I don't hit a lot of undead stuff, but could come. Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe we will.
Start killing things, bringing them back to life, and fighting them so I have advantage.
Stay
It
down.
looks good, but it's the gold. It has the nice lapis
Nice.
inlays.
So while we're camping, I want to talk to Penitent one more time.
Absolutely.
And I want to say, will you...
I love you.
Jerry, come on, we're role playing.
Buddy.
Save it for dialogue.
She says, Penitent says, as I suggested previously, occasionally I'm not able to contain the host, and for that I am deeply sorry.
No. Oh, come on, man. That's rad.
I know.
Ring of Evasion's got a bird on it.
Nice.
All right, hang on, let me get serious. So I look at Penitent, and I look at the floor, and I just blush all the way to the ear tips. And I say, very quietly, so that no one can hear me, I say, tell her I love her too.
She's like high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell her I like her.
Exactly. And she says, she can hear you.
Okay. Well,
You can tell her anything.
I have a question for her. Will you come home with us?
Her Penitent's body language becomes a little more firm,
I figured.
and she says, our arrangement lasts some time from now.
How long is some time?
Customarily, these sorts of contracts have been a century.
Ooh.
No. Woman says that can't be. That's completely unacceptable.
She says it is her. It was her wish, and it is to her credit to undertake a great task.
I frankly don't care. That's a century's too long to wait.
This is like getting depressed and joining the French Legion.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
do you
exactly.
get like a
Yeah.
Exactly
conjugal
right.
mask off time, or is it just all this for 100 years?
It's gonna smell terrible when you take it off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be gross.
I say, and I say, I can't share you. I need you now.
Penitent says, it is uncommon, but I will take this under consideration.
I hope that you do, sincerely. I'm at a loss, Penitent, frankly. I don't know what to say to you.
What if someone else were to take on this contract?
Oh yeah. Are we near this conversation?
I figured we're all by a fire or something.
And then I go, are you guys listening to me? Come on. Can I get any privacy
Yeah,
here?
I thought you were gonna finish that sentence
straight up.
sincerely, Walnut.
Oh my God.
Like a letter. I need this sincerely, Walnut.
Best.
I start getting defensive for Walnut, and I say, "How about we rip you off her face and just feed you to a dragon?"
Whoa!
Yeah,
Why is Dinar so defensive?
I don't know.
Penitent
Feels like
says,
it.
Penitent says,
Stirring the pot.
if you can find me someone like Brahma, I would be quite surprised.
She's one of a kind, all right.
Real Marion type. You gotta put a ring on that.
Put a mask on.
Ring of evasion. Got a bird on it. Cool looking ring. See this ring?
The Hoards person's bag, like, burps another cloud of smoke.
Excuse you.
You might want to look in there.
And
what is
and
going on?
it sort of shrinks a little bit, like almost in embarrassment.
Let me take a peek. Come open up, son. Let me take a whiff. Let's see what we got.
Been hiding that boy.
We got going on in here.
It looks dark. I mean, it looks black,
like it usually.
inky black. You can usually like peek in, and then reach in and find the things that you have put in there.
Yeah.
Do you know? Well, we can investigate it. Cthulhu would have been curious about something like this, probably.
Like what the nature of this thing
Yeah,
is?
exactly, exactly. You are a level 2 Hoards person. Please roll Wisdom +2.
All right. I'm going to pop some charges over here, if I may.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, what's Wisdom +2 is going to be? Oh, I got nothing for Wisdom, so that's a 13. All right. And then that's a 16.
Okay, so you're not sure how it happened exactly, but the Hoards person network is some kind of extraplanar creature that has a stomach like a cow's stomach that's partitioned into various places. And then the mouths for this stomach are issued to Hoards people like equipment.
What is this? What does this creature get out of it?
A lot to eat.
This is all sex-based for this creature.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, doesn't this stuff go to the home office and then, like, does the bag take anything off the top?
So they have at the home office, the way that they have it there is they have physical access. They can put things in for members of external teams.
It's like the boxes from Resident Evil.
Yeah. So you can, the crates.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're not used to looking in and not seeing any of the things that you've put in.
Where are the things bag? I address it for maybe the first time. Bag. I reach my hand in, see if I've just missed it or it's like dark out here.
But no, you can feel something in there,
I probe its contours.
like a scroll, like a you feel what you feel like a Happy Valentine's Day. You feel you can grab you can feel the cool metal and glass of a scroll case.
Oh, okay. Let me hop that out.
It's a cylindrical shaft.
This is
I grip it firmly.
enthusiastically.
Right.
It shudders.
The
I pull it free.
You guys. Later.
It sighs with relief.
Like that, and then I realize this is not the Hoards person bag.
Yeah.
this is another team's mail.
What?
Oh.
What's this guy doing here?
Oh,
Oh, an
but this is
AIL.
great.
Why is this misrouted? So I take it out of the bag and I hold it up like, why is this in here?
We can take other people's jobs. Let's
Something's
do
wrong with
it.
my bag.
It's a requisition for supplies for Team N.
Oh no.
It's nothing outre.
Well, yeah.
It is literally the most fundamental. You're not sure why they wouldn't have used but you also can think that they had a documancer and they may be between documancers at the moment.
Well, their documancer went to Team E, right?
Exactly.
And the rest are dead.
So this
They're in your
document,
knife, so
this
Yeah.
document is asking for what?
It's completely ordinary requisition from the home office stuff. It's not a job. It's just the most basic sort of thing.
It just ended up here instead?
Yeah, it's just the contents of this bag are not what they should be.
we reported that we found them. And we reported their status, right?
Kevin did.
Kevin did, yeah. And this has all been filed, so the home office should
Yeah,
know
but-
that they're all dead.
Team N is
that's-
different.
Team
Or,
N
sorry,
is different.
right.
Team E.
Yeah,
Team
Yeah,
E,
but
sorry.
Dildrama was on Team N.
There's a
It's
few other
Fen,
there's a
Yes.
Dildrama,
exactly.
and one other.
There's a few other things in there, but it's just the normal things that you would find in the. There's some lint. There's like a simple iron ring. It's completely normal stuff, or it would be normal stuff if it were in their bag.
It's not our stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god, someone has access to our stuff.
Yeah, they got all our riches.
And this is all they've accrued, and all this time Team N got a letter and a lint and a ring. I just got like 170 gold.
You hung out with them. I mean, you saw the type of shit they get up to.
Not much.
And also,
Yeah.
they're probably still managing the fallout from Jim Dark Magic's fish antics.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think of them as kind of like yacht life.
I was gonna say, they
Yeah.
were on a boat. They probably
Right.
keep everything on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I want to, like, is there a process by which I take it to Walnut out of habit.
Yes.
This doesn't belong to us. Is there a process by which we send this to its correct
And I go,
recipient?
there is.
Oh,
And I take it and I walk over to Dinar and I just hand it to Kevin.
Just here at the camp.
Yeah, I look at it for a minute longingly. I think about it and then I give it to Kevin and I say out loud, can I decide to be a documancer again? Is that a decision I can make? Does anyone know?
And Kevin just
For the podcast, Kevin has said
Kevin
no.
is saying no.
Kevin, you're a workhorse.
I know.
I'm also gonna rip off a little sheaf of my own paper and just write a note like, "Hello, friend. We seem to have crossed wires somehow. Where are the belongings for Team C? Yours, Gutterstroud,
You see.
ward person. Tuck it in the bag.
So you put the piece of paper back in there.
I do.
And you feel a hand brush against yours down in the bag.
Blah.
Oh, ugh.
Yucky.
Icky caca poo poo.
If I can, I will grab the hand.
Try.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
what is that? What I want?
That would just be dexterity.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah,
A
love.
sleight of hand would be amazing if you have it.
Animal
I do.
handling.
I'm doing okay on that.
Ow.
We can finally use it.
That was great.
Wow. Actually, yeah, dex or sleight of hand are the same.
What
So.
a weird noise.
Ooh, okay, so that would be a 16.
Yeah. That's quite good. And what are you trying to do?
I just want to shake the hand. I want to look at
Please
the
look
hand.
at you.
No. So you it's deep down in where it's dark. And you try to shake the hand and it is wet. Like slick. And when you try to shake it, you pulling your hand out and it is covered in blood.
Oh no.
What the F?
Goo.
Like, this is in the bag. A hand was probing around in there.
There was a hand.
We have to go in the bag.
Can I use Druidcraft to make a little flame in there so we could see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I run over to you and then I realize it's not. First I think it's your blood. And I'm like, that's what happened.
It's not mine for once. It's somebody else. I touched a hand in the bag.
A hand in the bag?
It's worth two in the bush.
I go, hold on a second. And then I cast Druidcraft and do a little flame in there.
Inside there.
To illuminate.
So you can see the base and the bottom. And a few seconds later, other things start to pop up, start to pile up inside the bag.
Okay.
You see like a jeweled silver cup, a few spare coins.
What the F?
You see a scroll case with the seal for Team X, which you've never seen before.
What is going on?
Professor Xavier.
A few seconds later, these things disappear one by one, and it's just black under there.
This is weird.
I'm gonna just shout into the bag. Just say, "Excuse me." Yeah, I'm expecting that I would see another flap, like it's a bit like the two ends have been contracted somehow.
The closer you get to it, the more of the smoke you smell. Like it smells like it's burning inside. You don't see any flames or anything like that, but
Yeah, I'm gonna get out my book and try and write a letter and see if the secretary will answer me. And I look over to see if Kevin's like quick on the draw too.
I know.
I want to do it faster than him.
I was gonna say just this.
And then I write, Hoards person bag malfunctioning, please advise.
you can tell, even writing in the book, that the luster of the page is diminished.
Something's
You're
wrong.
used to writing, functionally speaking, into a kind of spell book,
Yeah.
like an enchanted page that greedily lapped up the ink and then communicated it. This is like writing in a common ledger.
We have to go to the home office. Last message was they were busy. They were too busy to answer when we were asking for help and guidance last time.
Something
And
wrong.
now all of our stuff that heads back to the home office is malfunctioning. So
Something's wrong. We got to go back.
yeah, they're under attack or something.
Okay.
I mean, maybe, or we just.
No, we have to go there.
I mean, maybe.
I'm pretty warm.
Let's finish them off for
Excuse
good. I
me?
put some flames in this bag. I'm gonna.
No.
Can we
Set
get
off
there
a-
via the bag?
Yeah, can we get there via the bag?
Or you could just tell the story. You've
Yeah,
been there.
but we gotta get to the cart.
True.
Does it have to be from the cart?
Cartographer.
Cartographer. It's not horse.
Oh,
photographer.
yeah.
All right. Do we find this out after our rest? I would hope.
This is all part of the process.
Okay,
You
okay,
can,
so this
you can
is
reach
good.
into a bag during your rest.
Let's all turn into weasels.
I'm gonna rule zero that shit.
I was gonna say I need
Are
to.
we all turning into
Can we
weasel?
turn into weasels and all crawl into the bag?
I think you could just get in the bag.
Can we pretend the bag is a
pretty
dragon's
small.
butthole?
I can get in the bag.
I
the
think
bag.
the bag ambigifies to incorporate
The
things,
smallest
correct?
man.
Does it not?
What's that?
The bag ambigifies
Yeah,
for
you
what
can,
you need to put in it.
Yeah, you can. Its purpose, and we've seen this before. I mean, it can chow down.
That's okay.
It can chow down on some stuff.
And why do we think that this is going to take us to home office instead of some weird bag dimension?
Because
Right.
we're looking at our different holdings of different
Sure.
places. And there's smoke and
What if we end up in bags forever?
Consider it.
Just at the
Think
bottom
about
of
You go
some
first,
great
then.
purse. All right, see ya. Here's a tie rope to my waist.
This
See ya.
yeah. We could do that. Well, I guess we don't know for sure where they lead. But I mean, what's our other option? Just stay here in this idyllic, beautiful, floating city?
One of us could spelunk into the bag, but with some kind of way of getting back
This is some
out.
House of Leaves shit.
oh,
I know. I mean, or the other option is we
Your grandmother's rope.
sprint.
I love that I'm holding nothing in the air. I'm going like this, and Kate knows exactly what it is.
You believed it.
Yeah. Or we
And we
sprint back
see
to
it
the
too.
cart. We get back to the cart as soon as possible.
Can we cast fly on Coriander and then just all jump on her?
We're floating. Can we see the cart from where we are?
Good
far can
question.
we see?
Yeah, where would our cart be right now?
It's outside center.
It's outside the town.
Okay.
But we
we
could
see-
see it from the.
You could see it before, yeah.
And I mean, even if we didn't know where it was, I could locate
And
objects.
the city is not traveling by any means. It really went straight up, and it appears to have found some kind of the way a cork might. It's just found some kind of equilibrium in space.
No.
Are we all-
Wherever the mythol
All right.
told it to stay.
Logically, that's the smarter play. Get to the cart. Use
Yes.
the storytelling to immediately teleport there. But I do kind of want to see what happens in the bag.
Bag spelunking sounds really fun.
Yeah.
I think we can at least try that because it's an instant solution if it works. If not, we always have the cart.
A good decisionist would call a vote right now, Dinar says.
Whoa! Great. I vote Dinar goes in the bag.
Kevin and I vote no.
Well, I got 2
You don't
votes.
get 2 votes.
The 2 documenters on the team
No.
vote
1 vote.
that, well,
You vote as 1.
we've been going back and forth with Home Office
Rosie and
about this.
Kithris, how do you
Omen
vote?
agrees with us.
I don't know. I'm kind of voting. It makes sense for the smallest to go in the bag. I mean, Dinar could go in the bag, I
You're
suppose.
useless.
He's tough.
Thank you.
He looks like he could breathe a lot of smoke.
I'm trying to think
And
of
I'm so
something
warm right now.
diplomatic to say. I think the smallest person going in the bag is a good idea. I'm also, I don't have the most faith in Dinar's perceptive abilities once inside the bag. So perhaps someone with some perception.
All right, how about Rosie and I go in the bag, and I will use some water
We'll be 2 in the bag.
on whatever's going on in there.
Okay.
And then I start lashing us together with the rope, and then I hand Dinar the other end of the rope, and I go, "Can you do this? Can you hold on to this?"
It feels weird to send the... What if you get teleported to the Home Office and then we lose the rope or something? Then you 2 are there and we're not, and the one person that could get us there the most easiest is gone.
Fine, I
None of
unlatch
these are
Rosie,
words.
and I go, "Someone's going in this bag,"
Rosie-
and I start digging in it.
Just go by yourself.
I'm like,
It's my bag.
I didn't know why I was included. I was like, I'm small, but walnut would fit. But Rosie was just excited to be involved.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like,
she was
part of
really
the
quiet.
conversation.
She's like, oh, I'm just excited to see what's going on.
I think you all
just excited
turn
to be
to
here.
see. You all turn to see now just my head and shoulders down into the bag.
And we're all like, no, the worst option. I want to dive in after you.
I want to tie a rope to one of you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got the rope. I gave it to him.
Is it tied to you?
Yeah, it's tied
Okay,
to me,
okay.
and
Okay, so
I'm
you have
trying
it.
to go after you.
Okay.
What do you see?
I don't know. Tell me.
Well, Chris.
I'm sorry. I'm so immersed.
No, exactly.
What do you see on there?
I assume. Well, first I'm diving down, and then I see 2 non-bloody hands reaching. So I grab a hold.
Yeah, and I guess we get lowered down by Dinar, which I'm assuming is just the rope goes until we're down.
Are you
Yeah.
holding the rope yet?
Yes.
It's just going. Yep. It's gone.
Hold-esque.
It's moving pretty fast. You don't want to like burn your hands on it. Yeah.
I'm holding the end of it. Whatever slack is between my hand and you guys is moving at its own speed.
Yeah,
So
what-
we crash into the floor, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
No.
What is
And
down
die.
there?
No, so it's pitch black. What's the light source?
The druid craft flame? Is it
Yeah,
still
my
going?
little flame.
Okay.
I can pop a glow man as well.
Oh, yeah, pop him.
Bring him in.
He's way better.
You feel that one of your hands is no longer holding my other one, but kind of a formless, glowing appendage.
Oh,
and it's
God.
the glow man now in a circle of 3.
I hate it.
Actually, it just looks like you're holding it because there's nothing there. So you just one hand just flies away.
So when you, as you enter the bag, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
it's almost like the orientation. Imagine that once you have gone into that space, you can just see the hole that you entered. It's just there on the floor.
Oh, so we kind of go like in and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You go in, but then it's how it's oriented is such that hole is the base.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we surrounded by smoke?
You can smell it, but you can only see it in portions. Like there's like small clouds of it in different areas inside here. And it's like, it's not, the space itself is not massive, but it allows you to travel in it. You're only really aware of a certain part of it
Okay.
while you're traveling around in here.
Okay. Is there a door?
There isn't a door, but you can sort of feel along the walls. Like it's always sort of close.
Yes.
You can feel along the walls. Like occasionally you feel something that has a texture like stitches.
Yeah, it's like being in a tent. I see
Yeah.
just a dark tent.
A small tent that is the size of the two of you. You can hear a muffled voice, almost like it's like pressed up against the leather, speaking.
Oh yeah, climb right over there. I want to see that.
She just says, "Help, help."
Okay, well, let's go over there. And I'm feeling at that, wherever the source of the sound is, it's on the other side of some.
Yeah, it's basically like you always just kind of have to push it away a little bit to get where you want, but it doesn't seem to stop you. It's very spacious, but it's not the volume of it is not massive at any given time.
Right.
It's like how a camera can see everything, but only this much at a time,
Yeah.
right? But every now and then the help is being like muffled by this material.
What do you got?
Geez, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what we can do.
I mean, can I try slashing it?
You
And
can.
bust out Foremother.
Yeah. I want to stick a knife in this wall, in this material, and see if I can get to whatever's making the sound.
Sure. So you produce Foremother, and its gentle green light accompanies the orange and yellow flame, and so you're just trying to shave your way through one of these membranes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like as soon as you do so, it's like like the wind pushes in from the next place, and like the rend that you have made just sort of like shudders in place. So it's like whatever is between them is there. It has a lot of volume, but individually the places are small.
Okay.
So in the next one over, you can see a few like scraps. There's a few scraps and shreds on the ground in this, but you can't hear the voice.
Shoot, that wasn't it.
Yeah. All right. So we go back into our original room.
Gosh. I'm trying to figure out a way to use Dimension Door to get us there, but I can't just say like near a voice.
Well, since you guys are in a portal and we have the rope to the portal, while they're doing this,
Yeah.
we can be traveling
That's
ourselves.
That's true.
Dude, that is
yeah.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a
like
good idea.
you and I could be taking, I guess, Coriander and trying to sail her down to, or we could be using Grimomancy in some capacity to
Yeah.
get to the town.
To boat it.
Yeah, I don't know if if she qualifies as an airship, and neither of us has a flying spell.
She's got those like boat sails though.
Yeah,
Can we modify that with
Can
some
glide?
shadow trickery?
Yeah. Maybe a
yeah.
glider.
I could make wings. Maybe I could try.
Oh, just off the greater.
I mean, we know
Yeah.
we can manifest her as some sort of boat that we can all get into.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then from that point, I'll push her off the edge.
Yeah,
I'll jump in.
I'm not an aeronautical engineer, but I can try to make some glider wings.
Take my wife.
Worst case scenario, if we're falling to our death, we jump in the bag too.
Yeah. All right.
That's great.
This bag solves too many problems.
Yeah.
We should have been doing this the whole time.
Take my wife, please. Take her.
My bag.
I'll take her. I'll take her. Damn.
Remember Borat?
Yeah.
So tell me about these.
Always good.
Tell me about this frame you're building around this copper horse-like pole creature.
Well, I want to ask Coriander, go and pat her cold snoot and say, what we really need from you right now is that wonderful boat shape that you did earlier. Can you help us out with that? I can't tell if that's a yes.
Yeah, but she'll start to,
Okay.
and it's strange
Okay.
and maybe not 100% pleasant, because if this was happening to a living creature, you're almost certain it would be there would be pain associated
It's
with
like
it.
the sound of grinding metal.
Yeah,
I thought it
and
was like the Transformers.
and just pings, like resonant pings in different parts of the body, but it can unfold, and then the pride is retained fully in the new form.
I think every time there's a new unfolding Rosie says it makes
Just encouragement.
She's an appreciative noise, as though someone's giving birth. She's like, "Oh yeah,
you're
very
midwifing
nice.
these
Yes.
transformations.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, ooh, that's good. Yes. Ooh, I like that. That's excellent. Come on, like you do in birth, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
very
That's
cool.
cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Wow, look
Awesome.
at that.
I mean, that's how it went for me.
Hey,
so.
wow. So
Keep it up, I guess. I don't know.
Neato.
as soon as that is completed, then I guess Rosie has. Hopefully, we're near an edge of something.
It's hard not to be in this place.
Right. Okay. I'll turn to Dinar and say, "I'm going to need you to shove us off once I get these wings off."
Oh, it's
on
like
this."
a pushing
Yeah, I was
a
gonna say that's what I was
bobsled.
planning. To,
Yeah. Okay. And it's not. She's not heavy, so it's going to be a challenge. But that's the only hope we have here. And I make sure that the Hoards person bag is safely aboard, and I reluctantly turn to Penitent and I say, "I'm a fan of you, Penitent. Not necessarily a fan of your wearer, but
Acceptable.
Would you like to come aboard? I know that my decisionist would be very upset with me if I did not invite you."
She gets in and then tries to make sure that the weight on each side is correct.
Nice. Yeah, the balancing. Okay, so then, Rosie, I whisper to my staff, and I make what I hope is the appropriate grunting noises. It's going to be like the sails of a boat, but horizontal. So that's what I'm trying to envision in my mind. I've
Oh,
never
something like
built an
a
airplane before.
wide sail.
Yeah, but something that would extend off of her, like off of armatures, and that it would be like a fabric that could hopefully glide
Catch.
us down. Yeah, or at least a parachute effect of some kind. So that's then what she's envisioning in her head.
So these appendages of shadow are reaching out from the side and then ensconcing, and there's a layer of shadow sort of projected in, like a thin layer over the entire vessel to secure it. You're not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, sounds about right. Best I could do,
Yeah.
and I hop in. Ready?
If I have to push this, I will likely have to use both hands. So I would tie the rope to something
Inside?
on Coriander. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it
right,
doesn't
in the
get
boat.
lost.
Yeah.
In case
Yeah.
we have to pull them out or they have to
Yeah.
climb out. And then I would. I mean, she was able to hop and move of her own volition.
Yeah,
before.
exactly. So even against the sand, it's almost like it's the way that a puck moves, like on an air hockey table. Even maybe you're not hitting it, there's just always like a little bed, like
Okay.
a fluid bed underneath it. It's not difficult to move it.
Okay. Well,
That doesn't mean it's going to fly, but
No.
it's not difficult to move it.
well, I unsummon Clarkmore, just so we don't have to worry about that.
Truthfully.
Sweet boy, yeah. Give him a little kiss on the cheek, and then I'll if it's moving with that level of ease, then I'll get inside and
Oh yeah,
push from without.
Just a kick.
So there's no sort of like athletics check of trying to like push and then jump.
Oh no, it's not. It feels light.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then I do that and then hold on tight.
Let's get that aperture of that bag ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, so it gets that everyone believes the best. Is that
Oh
true?
yeah, thinking very happy thoughts. Happy
Buoyant
thoughts. Yeah. Yes.
mind state.
Yep.
I would say
We'll
we're
be
like
fine.
all clinging to the mast.
Right.
I've got the bag in one hand.
I'm
I've got
around
you-
your leg.
I was gonna say I got you on the other hand,
Yeah.
and I'm like ready to throw us all in the bag.
Right.
So you push off, and then as the Coriander ship slides out, it goes about 15 solid feet, and then flips completely.
We're doing
over.
it. We're doing it. We're gonna make it.
All right, here.
We're gonna live forever.
we may have an opportunity to use this evasion thing right now. So I need
Couldn't have been a ring of feather falling.
no. What I'm looking for is You tell me how you can keep a grip on this motherfucker.
Oh, on Dinar?
On the boat.
I was gonna say, can you keep manipulating the wings in some way, or is there?
I can try.
I like that. Try to do it live.
Yeah. How far above the ground are we?
Several hundred feet.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to be great.
No problem.
Just ask me to use fly.
You're in a bag.
Just reach in there. You're
Claw
bagging,
around.
dude. You're bagging.
Yeah.
You don't know about this plan.
Well, I certainly don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is that character. Shouldn't have said it.
dare
Okay,
you.
so what exactly has happened aerodynamically that has caused us to flip?
So as it has gone out, the boat sail-like appendages on the side are not able to contend with the weight.
Oh, I see. Okay. So then I'm realizing that Coriander is too like front heavy.
Yeah.
And so she's flipping, and so I think Rosie instantly again knows nothing about aeronautics, and she would try to reroute some of the shadow from these two side wings into like a nose wing that would help try to catch the air and stabilize that heavy end of Coriander. And this is based off of seeing like bobbers in the sea. Like the buoyancy of water is all that she can really
It's just boats.
right.
It's just boats.
A boat, there's a boat.
Isn't
That's what I
air
heard.
just a kind of ocean?
Air is just heavy water.
Is air not water?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think it's different
It is
in
a
some
fluid,
key
though.
ways. Okay, all right.
Air is the sky of the sea,
Yeah.
as Dinar would say.
Yes.
Clouds of the island.
Yeah. So that's. I'll try to make a little a nose flap.
Okay, so when you want to do that, and I will totally allow it,
nose.
I'm with it.
Okay.
How do you keep a grip on this thing so that you can instantiate your incredible plan?
I have my arms around Dinar's.
Let's say I can hold you
Little
while you
legs.
do that.
There we go. And then Kevin,
okay, sure.
and Kevin will just grip around the
Well,
ship.
yeah, I can hold her
Yeah.
and the
Okay.
mast.
Yeah.
They aren't strong enough to do that.
I guess Rosie will monkey climb up to you and be like, "Hold on to me." And then she's essentially. I like to think that you're holding onto the mast, but you're not facing the front. You're facing the back. And so Rosie is like, "All right, hold
Yeah.
on." And then she's facing the opposite direction, and she's trying to like pull this shadow out from the sides to the boat nose.
Right. So you were trying to shift the apparatus.
Yeah, and it's an
you're-
effort. I'm using both hands.
No, exactly. You're trying to like wick the shadow from these other portions
Mm-hmm.
into this already set place.
Yeah.
And as you are trying to draw the shadow in, the rush of air is challenging your ability to manipulate it. And there is a point of equilibrium that occurs where each of the massive sails you've placed on the opposite side, they start to wobble and sort of move in the shadow around it until it begins to spin. The shadow shell around it begins to spin laterally, and the
we get
boat
somewhere?
does not move forward but goes down at a comically slow speed.
Hey,
Invented a helicopter.
that's fine. I was
Helicopter
going to say,
custom in D&D?
Rosie Da Vinci.
yeah, I was going to say parachute.
Yeah, it's not
Put it on
bad.
that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think she knows about those either.
No, it's true. It's true. Heading back over to inside the boat. So so Foremother is out.
Inside the bag.
Yeah, we're in bag zone.
Technically,
okay.
it's also inside the boat.
It is.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's on the boat.
Foremother's out. Elves are up to some shenanigans.
Exactly.
We're all still in the test market.
Yeah.
Of course.
We never left. I can't wait for the final episode of this show, so I can
wait.
I can make good on all that. So you are about to test Foremother on another part of this membrane.
Yeah.
When pressing out from inside the bladder of this bag is Certainty drawn.
Oh no.
And she's like pushing her way. She's like, help, help. And she's pushing her way against it. And you can tell that she is seeing with her hands.
I want to cut her out.
Yeah. So she comes out, and then you can see that her hands, like up to the middle of the forearm, have blood on them.
Oh no.
Oh no.
and she just collapses into the front of you.
Yeah.
That is the end of the adventure.
Come on.
Terry.
That's the timer. It's not me. That's what time it was.
Get mad at the concept of time.
Exactly. I can't help you with
This is
that.
the enemy.
Okay? Manage it.
That was the whole time.
Shadow Council, may our labors please you. Now, don't go nowhere because no 20s were rolled. There is going to be big giveaways, of course, of all of our cool stuff here in Table Talk. Let us go take full advantage of the facilities. We will come back. We will converse. We will confab. We're going to learn a little bit more about each other, maybe even ourselves. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.